In the interview with ABC News, President Trump also talked about reviving enhanced interrogation tactics against terror suspects.
I have spoken as recently as 24 hours ago with people at the highest level of intelligence, and I asked them the question, does it work? Does torture work? And the answer was yes, absolutely.
You're now the president. Do you want waterboarding?
I don't want people to chop off the citizens or anybody's heads in the Middle East, okay? Because they're Christian or Muslim or anything else.
The president also said the United States has to fight fire with fire.
Nancy Cordes is in Philadelphia, where Republican leaders are meeting to set the party's priorities. President Trump will speak at a meeting today at noon. So, Nancy, what's been the reaction within the Republican Party to Mr. Trump's statements about waterboarding?
By and large, they are not thrilled about it. First of all, Anne-Marie, they really feel like this has already been litigated, and they're not excited to dive back into a topic that they think most Americans are not eager to discuss. They don't feel like the American people are clamoring for a change to the nation's torture laws, that they're clamoring for a return to waterboarding. Beyond that, they say, you know, we've just got a very full plate. This is a Republican Party that suddenly has a lot of power now that it has a president who is a Republican. And so they're here to talk about how they're going to replace Obamacare, how they're going to cut taxes, what kinds of regulations they want to cut. And so this talk of torture, they think, is a distraction, and they're kind of hoping that they don't have to talk about it with the president today.
Nancy, Secretary of Defense James Mattis has said he believes other interrogation techniques work better than torture. So how will General Mattis's opinion and that of CIA Director Mike Pompeo impact this debate?
Well, interestingly, in that ABC interview, the president said that he really believes that waterboarding works, that he's spoken to people in the past 24 hours who are at the top of the intelligence community, and they tell him that waterboarding works. But he also conceded that if his Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, and his CIA Director, Mike Pompeo, don't believe that it would be helpful, that he will listen to them. And Secretary of Defense Mattis is on record saying that he doesn't think that the nation needs to return to waterboarding, and that he can do more, he said, with a pack of cigarettes than he can with some of these enhanced interrogation techniques. He just doesn't believe that they are that effective. So the question is, what exactly is the president going to do on this front? There are reports that as early as today, his administration will announce that it wants to review, perhaps change the definition of torture and what this nation practices and what it doesn't. But if the president is right and he's going to listen to his Secretary of Defense, well, then that would signal that he isn't going to make any changes.
Of course, Republicans were planning on talking about a host of other things today. What else is on the agenda?
Well, the big issue is Obamacare, because as you know, Republicans are sort of moving full steam ahead to repeal it, but they do not have a plan to replace it. And there is a wide variety of beliefs on this issue about how they should replace it, how quickly, how expansive the replacement should be. And they're also joined in Philadelphia, I should say, by a lot of protesters who don't want Obamacare to be repealed and who have other issues with the president's agenda. In fact, right behind me, you might see this bus. I'm going to get out of the way. It's a bus that just pulled up. It says, "Save My Care." This is a bus that is going around the country. It's a bunch of progressive groups that are making the case that the Affordable Care Act is helping many Americans, and that getting rid of it would sort of plunge them back into the ranks of the uninsured. So you'll see the president making this high-profile speech to Republicans here today, but you'll probably see a good number of protesters demonstrating outside.
Yeah, we were wondering about the bus there. It's blocking our beautiful city hall, because I live in Philadelphia. But Philadelphia has seen its fair share of protesters between the convention and this all over the weekend. I think they'll be able to handle it.
I think so too, and you know, so far we have seen some of the protesters already arrive, because Republicans actually got here yesterday morning. They've already been meeting, and you know, so far we haven't gotten any indication that they plan to do anything other than peacefully protest outside the venue.
Very nice. Nancy Cordes, thank you.
You're welcome.